Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic Gathering Arena video. Today we're looking at some of the new Alchemy cards that have come out. I'm focusing on these ones, this one, this one, and this one. So, Phyresis Roach is a 1-costing, a 1/1 green insect, Phyrexian insect with Toxic 1. It's an uncommon, and it has, whenever Phyresis Roach deals combat damage to a player, insects you control, insect cards in your graveyard, hand, and library perpetually gain Toxic 1. Okay, whoa. So just to break down what this means, it itself is an insect, so every time you do damage with it, it's going to gain 1 more Toxic. So if you put it down on turn 1, you hit with it on turn 2, by the time you hit with it on turn 3, it has Toxic 2, and it grows every single turn. Not only does it grow itself, but it grows all insects in your hand and library. So, any other Phyresis Roaches we have in our graveyard are getting more Toxic, as are our Skullpiercer Gnat, which is a green and a blue 1/1 Phyrexia insect for 2. 1/1 for 2. It's also an uncommon, easy to craft. It has flying, so flying is very valuable on toxic creatures for obvious reasons. We can get in more easily with flyers. I mean, unless our opponent has flyers or reach or destroy spells, these will get through. So whenever Skullpiercer Gnat deals combat damage to a player, a random and non-land card in that player's hand perpetually gains. When you cast this spell, you get a poison counter. So it's like not as good as having Toxic 2. Like, Toxic 2 would be better than this effect, because then they always get the poison counter, right? But it's sort of giving them a little poison tax on some of their cards, which is a bit of an interesting one. Obviously, the opponent can choose not to play those, but if this thing hits you multiple times, certain cards in your hand could have Toxic 1, 2, 3 just to play, and some could have none. So it's a bit of an interesting little thing, but it's really just a 1/1 flying Toxic for 2, but that can grow to more Toxic as the Roach hits, and I think it's the interaction that makes this good. If you don't play Roach, this is pretty rubbish. The next card is a 4-drop rare, so it's a 2, a green and a blue. I think I only have 2 of them, hence why we're playing 2 of them. This is the Contagion Dispenser. It's an artifact, and when it enters the battlefield, it proliferates. So proliferate is to choose any number of opponents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind already there. So to break that down, really, what this is going to do is put 1 poison counter on our opponent, assuming we've managed to hit them with any of our toxic things. Whenever you proliferate during your turn, draft a card from Contagion Dispenser spellbook. This ability triggers only once each turn. And each thing in here basically has a way of proliferating. So the idea really is that we will proliferate when this comes into play. We will then keep drafting things that allow us to proliferate, keep drafting more things. So in a kind of standoff scenario where we can't get in with our creatures anymore because they are only 1/1 little creatures, we can then proliferate over the top to add those final poison counters on to finish our opponent off. Now obviously this is not the only cards we are using. We're also using a bunch of cards from the recent standard sets. There is one more new Alchemy card, which is the Quicksilver Servitor. This is a 3-costing 3/3 rare. It's got Ward 2. And whenever you cast a spell from among cards put into your hand this turn, proliferate. So, obviously 3/3 Ward 2 for 3 is nice-ish anyway. I mean, 3/3 isn't brilliant stats, but Ward 2 is pretty brilliant. Whenever you cast a spell from among cards put into your hand this turn, proliferate. So if we cast the card that we drew this turn, we will get to proliferate, i.e. add poison to our opponent. So where we're playing something like Serum Snare, which proliferates, instead it will be proliferate twice, which is very, very nice. But also, whenever we cast a spell, so if we cast a spell that we get from the Contagion Dispenser, which proliferates, we're then going to proliferate again. So there's a lot of proliferation synergy going on with these 2 cards, assuming that we manage to get any poison counters on our opponent. We are also running 4 Venerated Rotpriest. This is the 1/2 toxic 1. Whenever a creature you control becomes target of the spell, target opponent gets a poison counter, which is like poison counters over the top of having to hit with toxic. Which is pretty much the theme for everything else in the deck, apart from the Contaminator. We're running these because they're just a really strong card. It is a 4/4 trample toxic 1, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. So basically it's sort of like Toxic 2. So we're running the Aspirant Ascent ×3. Till end of turn, target creature gets +1/+3 and gains flying and Toxic 1. So this can get our Rotpriest, our Roach, or our Contaminator flying over the top of our opponent's things. It's also a targeted spell on our own creatures, which can trigger Rotpriest. Slip out the back protects our own creatures and can trigger Rotpriest. Tail Swipe is a removal spell, which is actually quite hard to come by in blue-green. A particularly effective one, because if we cast it during our main phase, we can kill things that are bigger than our creatures, which we need, because apart from Contaminator, our creatures are pretty weeny, and it also targets our own creature, so it triggers Rotpriest. Bring the Ending is just a 2-off counter spell in the deck, for us to try and avoid those big bang type cards that exist in Alchemy. There's quite a few of them around, board wipes or Ascend from Avernus, etc., etc. For Serum Snare, it's a very nice card. It basically allows us to bounce something, i.e. clearing the path for our creatures to get through if they're toxic, or in a pinch we can target our own Rotpriest with it, allowing us to sort of put a poison counter on the opponent and then proliferate, so sort of 2 poison counters if we target something whilst we have a Rotpriest down. Bit of an interesting card in the deck is the Sinister Reflections. So I'm only running 2 of these because you kind of need 2 creatures out for it to be good, and that isn't all the time, but Sinister Reflections is a 2-costing instant and conjure a duplicate of each of up to 2 target non-token creatures you control into your hand. So with Rotpriest, if we target our Rotpriest plus something else, they're going to get 2 poison counters, and it's then going to put us a Rotpriest into our hand, which we can play next turn and sort of give us this sort of toxic snowball effect. That's the idea. Again, Winterthorn Blessing I'm only running a 1 of, because if our opponents aren't running creatures, this turns out to be pretty garbage. But if we have a creature down and they have a creature down, this card is actually amazing, because it's put a 1/1 counter on target creature we control. We don't really care that much about that. Tap up to 1 target creature you don't control, and that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap. So it's really helping get our creatures through, but the main point really is it has flashback. So it's 2 spells really for the price of 1 when trying to trigger the toxic effect from the Rotpriest. We are running 23 lands in this deck, 4 Seedcores, because all of our creatures are Phyrexian creatures, apart from, they all are, and it can buff our Roach and our Gnat, which are the only 1/1s in the deck. Everything else is just a fairly standard land setup situation. So, that is the deck. We're going to test out a bunch of these new toxic Alchemy cards and see how we get on. Let's have some games. Okay. Time for this very addictive deck. This looks alright. Maybe opponents running something similar, looking for their Rotpriest. Yeah, looks like it might be. I don't think they'll have removal, so let's get the Gnat in play, given we think they're playing what we're playing. Ah, Shredder. Okay. That is curious. We'll just pass. Combat research. What is this funkiness? Let's try and get a extra counter on our Gnat so that when we play our dispenser, let's... Oh, whoa. Contaminator in, hold up the other slit, and then, yeah, we could potentially drop this and then proliferate again in the same turn and draft 2 cards. Too scared of the toxic. Let's try again. Alright. Next game. Let's see how we get on. Again. Not as good of a hand, but let's try it. These are quite nice with Tail Swipe. Sometimes. Suspicious lack of activity from our opponent. Time for a Roach with a slip held up, I think. Oh, they were touching it. No. We're not having that, are we? Yeah, we'll just hold up, bring the ending and tail swipe, I think. Obviously another Molten Impact would be slightly annoying, but that's okay. So, opponent wants to race. I think we can just agree to that for now. Nope. Ah, now you're facing some serious toxicity. What is this card? The fact that it's instructs you control including itself is what makes it ridiculous. It's done its job. Hello, Ambergris. No. Guess we're better off getting the Tox again. Especially when we draw a way to remove the Ambergris, which is nice. Phoenix check. Yeah, okay. You got removal for my Servitor. They've got some removal, I think. Using it on the Stalker. Very interesting. So, let's do like this. Put them on to 7 toxic. Well, and 9 health, I suppose. We can handle most things except a top deck Ambergris right now. I suppose a third Molten Impact would be pretty bad. / Lightning Strike, yeah. That's rather annoying. Just top decking all the removal in the world. Ugh, fine. Just buys time, but we'll take damage in the meantime. Don't tell me you've got more removal. Guess we'll put this back in the hand because this has haste, this doesn't. Okay. I think we should cast this now rather than try and use it to trick them next turn. Keep the big spender tapped. Because we can use it once more anyway next turn. Does make this big enough to block the Foundry as well. So, okay. Oh, come on. Is that how many of each? 3 lightning strikes and 3 molten impacts in the top 17 cards. Ay ay ay. This is some luck, Basin. And then of course we don't draw a proliferation. That is so unlucky. So unlucky. Okay. Jeffster. Cool name. This is a very expensive hand, but we can give it a go on the play. Isn't 3 our most expensive? No, we've got the Contagion Dispensers ×2. See if my Gnat gets laid down. Or ossified. Laid down. Well, we didn't draw a land, so we're forced to hold open slip with our Rotpriest. Yeah, we're not going to accept that. Inquisitor Captain? No. Borrow time. Let's play this. It's harder for them to get rid of. It's just like all this enter the battlefield stuff making me think this must be an Elish Norn deck. Maybe not. Well, we can get our Contaminator back if we want it, but maybe we do. Does give them a land though. No, we don't. Now if they target any of our stuff they get a beating, and everything we play off the top gives 2 poison. I hope there's no farewells in here. That could be what's happening. Depopulate. Ouch. We don't stand up very well to board wipes unless we've got all of our slip out the backs. That could be the beginning of the end for us. Oh, not completely impossible to win, just very unlikely. Given that we've lost 2 of our Venerated Rotpriests. Try again. Gee, that's a bit naughty. We're not going to beat that if they get this back. GG. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Trasguigno. Looks interesting. Wish we were on the play. At least that can't block. Nope. Okay. Blue. A scry. We want a land. See if we can get away with a real quick roach victory here. So they're toxic as well. Or do we just bring the ending? No, we do this. Then we have 6 toxic on board, so they really can't be swinging with their Contaminator. Maybe. Maybe they can. Maybe they can. Yeah. If I have some way of getting this out of the way, we're looking good. I don't, but that's pretty nice. Oh. Well, we're going to 9 toxic. So we can add 2 with this. We're only going to get in for 1 because they will block the roaches. We got no chance blocking this, so I think we just die. I mean, just needed 1 more land, and we could have. Could always be 1 more land, right? I guess we just attack and see if they don't block both roaches. Oh my god, they didn't. That puts them at dead. I was sure they would. Oh, that was rough. That is rough. Okay. Oh my goodness. This deck's almost a bit much. Doing me in a bit. It's a mulligan, I think. These are only good if you've got the creatures to go with them. This is a lot better. Oh my goodness, 3 Rotpriests. I hope they have blockers. Otherworldly Gaze. Reanimation. Reanimation. It probably is reanimation, you know? Which probably means we're okay to jam all of these. Let's not fuck about. Let's make them find out. Annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. Maybe I should have just put one in and held one for slip. I actually completely forgot about the existence of this card in Alchemy. What a mug. Anyway, we're not out of it. It just depends what we get. There we go. Yeah. What horrible things get reanimated upon us. So they're on 4 if when we use this. What is happening? Have they got more depopulates? Or are they going to try for a reanimate now? Come on! What the... Like, we're literally running so many slip out the backs in this deck as well. Jesus, it is just board wipe, board wipe, board wipe. What do you do if you're playing against non-creatures? Just lose, I suppose. Just lose. Lots of creature decks in Alchemy though, so it's probably working for them. Now's probably when you bring your Atraxa or Portal back. What's happening here? Am I imagining that this is an insane draw? I mean, they are surveilling a lot, I suppose. They're just selecting all the board wipes. Okay. This is nice. Basically a constant proliferation source that isn't a creature. Fine. Pay 3, draw 2, then proliferate. Now you'd better have a quick way of finishing the game. Ah, leveler. Don't know if this is going to be enough. So, if we do this, then we play this and we use both Ascents on it. We've actually got 10 poison. I don't know if we're going to get to be able to do that. This Roach is just a distraction. This ability triggers only once each turn, the draw after a card from here. Anyway, I didn't realise that. Whenever you proliferate during your turn, So we won't get a card from there if we do it now. But hold on, 3, 4, 5, we'd need 7 to be able to do everything otherwise. Let's do it now. That would have been nice. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land, we've got the lock. Yeah, one with the multiverse. Yeah, portal to Phyrexia. Okay, that's it. We're done with you. I know we don't have that. If this had used one of these Seedcores, we'd have been fine. But we guess we can target this in response anyway, because it's an instant. Man, that did not feel like a win until we drew that Contagion Dispenser. Well done, that card. Well done. Alright. Jam QQ. Diamond 1 boss. This is okay. Not the best hand, but we can give it a go. Consider. Nice little 4-drop. This is mono blue. My oh my. You're not going to let me have this, are you? No, it's getting bounced. Okay. Things with ward on are very nice against mono blue. But I don't know if we'll resolve it, but next time we can try both of these, so this is probably a good place to start. Bear in mind they don't even have a poison counter yet. Yeah, figured one of those was around. That's why we want to be trying these next turn. Oh, didn't have any mana, eh? Skullpiercer Gnat. And another one. Yay! Bounce. Yeah. Okay, Contagion. This can go on green. We'll scry one. No thank you. Get some toxic going, shall we? Okay. Contagion Dispenser. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 on target you control, pay 5, proliferate. Combat damage, proliferate. This one. Okay. Because Thrumming Bird is even better, because it lets us draft every turn from the dispenser. not to mention adds its own poison counter. Okay, so we want to do this like so. So we can play this, and then we can slip out the back his other Djinn and block with this. Yeah. If they've got a counter like Spell Pierce or a negate, we just fucked. Which I feel is the case, because we haven't seen anything like that yet, but we've got to try. C'est la vie. GG. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little luckier this time. Just a little luckier. Okay, so I think we will play our tap plan first and not rush out the Rotpriest on the draw. Especially now we've got another one of them, and we're against black-white. Interesting. Thankfully, we didn't rush it out. Got our opponent on 2 toxic. And they're attacking. That's very nice of them. Let us get a bit more toxic in. Why are you attacking? I don't understand. Are you not worried about the toxic? No. They are now, but they weren't. That just shows how fast it can be. Alright. Akira in black. Nope. Just don't have a cut down. Plus. No cut down, por favor. No. Okay. Even if they do have a cut down, they're not showing it yet. Whee. Okay. I only ever made one deck with holographic doubling, and it was to double up Inquisitor Captains. And I did think about making one for Rotpriests, which it looks like is what our opponent has done. Shall we put it back in their hand and take one toxic? No. Maybe we should do it now, as I think we're going to be ahead on the toxicity. And they do seem to have a slight deficit of green mana. then we've got the Winterthorn Blessing for next turn. Okay, they managed to get another one. So we'll go straight for Contagion Dispenser. Guess we could have attacked with this and made it a 3-2. -1 now. Let's do this. No attacks. What? They only doubled once. Okay. So what we're gonna do, this, and attack. I mean, they could just have the stupid thing that lets you target 3 things and then we just lose to 9 toxicity. That could be what they have, but, well, we got them to 8. Yeah, I mean, pretty good. I can't watch. I can't watch. There, they got it. They got it. You lucky sod, really. He had 2 Rotpriests in his hand, and the March, and the Holograph. Nah, whatever. Alright. Crazy decks. I hope it is crazy decks. If this deck has Crucius in it, I'll cry. Fine. We need you on green, please. We will scry for another land. Oh my god. Fine, that's pretty much the only card I would keep. Is this the Ascend Avernus white deck? If so, I like our chances because we've got a counter spell. Oh, what? No, this is crazy decks. Hers is construction drone. What? They wouldn't wipe the board, would they? They might. They might. Because their construction drone doesn't mind dying. What's the attack with the companion? It's a board wipe, it's a board wipe, it's a board wipe. How is it not the board wipe? Oh, it's just normal reanimation bullshit. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. Now that we know that's what that is. Then we're on our way to glory. You're on 8 toxicity, my friend. Don't have anything that can target my own stuff, so we'll just hold this, bring the ending. They're going to want that portal to Phyrexia. They'll be looking at my 3 creatures thinking, God, that looks so sweet. And then we'll be like, no. Here we go. It's coming. I can feel them getting excited. I can feel them. Their desk rising. What? Yeah, okay. That is another option. Sweet. Easy one. Okay, I just want a game where I'm on the play with the Roach in my opening hand and 1 green mana available. That's all I want. But I mostly want to be on the play. I mean, I could leave the rest of my requirements. That's the only real requirement. Come on, game. One time. Just one time. Then I'll be done. We'll be done. We'll be Diamond 3. We'll go to sleep happy. Well, not sleep. We'll go to the gym, but either way. Oh look, we're against a Platinum 4, so we're definitely going to get stitched up. Yep. Yeah, we're not on the plate. Fine. Whatever. Oh, and it's mono red. Yeah. Let's just put this on blue. I don't want to get tempted to play my Rotpriest. Yeah, we'll take more of these because 4 toughness creatures are hard for them to get rid of. So, Rotpriest. They will try to smite my Rotpriest. I will not allow them. Yeah, my theory's still probably right. Still probably right. No, my theory was wrong. Okay, well they're down to 1 card, right? And we're on 9 life? 9 life. So, with a 4/4, our life should get better. You're just attacking. Yep, you don't give a shit, do you? Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, in response you must sack your treasures. You can do that anytime, my friend. You don't need to do that now. Okay. Okay. You see what Big Spender's got for you. It's a big boy. So we're only on 4 life. Wish we could attack, but we cannot. A Staffed Bear. It's got summoning sickness, my friend. Sorry. So this is only 4 poison, which will put them on 6, so it's not very good. But we definitely can attack with one of these, right? I think we have to. So let's do like this. Just see if we can just squeeze to a win. So, oh sugar shits, I forgot about this thing over here. What is wrong with me? Ah, I give up. I give up with this deck. Alright everybody, stats time. So, I have actually played loads of games with this deck. 43 games and a 60% win rate, which is probably better than it appeared in that video. But There's been lots of iterations. Maybe I should have stuck with one of my earlier iterations with these in them, or I'm not sure. I mean, there's so many different ways you can make this deck. There are 1,000 different ways to make this deck. This latest version with the Serum Snares feels good in that it pairs with the Rotpriests, but it's kind of got this constant conflict between being a spells targeting Rotpriest creature deck and being a Roach slash proliferation deck. So like, I feel like I need to pick one of the themes and stick with it rather than try and do both, which is sort of what I've done. But I did want to try out as many of the new cards in combination as I could and just try and see what worked. In general, I would say the Roach is fun when you're on the play. When you're on the draw, it's awful. So what this probably is a best of 3 deck in some way, because if you can turn yourself from being a creature-based toxic deck to a spells-based toxic deck, maybe that is, you can pick the right one for the right matchup or confuse your opponent. So anyway, I think it's a fun deck, hence why I've played so much with it, and the games are quite fast and furious. Is it going to get you to fly up the ranks? No. But is it a consistent winner? Well, yes. So I think it's a fun one. I don't know if it's a brilliant one, but it's definitely a fun one. The new cards are a bit of fun. I definitely want to try this Contagion Dispenser out in a non-sort of toxic layout, so like one which relies on creatures with counters on them. So I'm thinking like the adaptive Quirion Beast Caller, Kadama, something like that. This could be really fun with those. But anyway, thank you very, very much for watching the video. I'm going to be back with some more Alchemy content soon, so stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.